video of 2024. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Barbara. I go by the name of Simple Yet Stylish on all socials, and I upload fashion and lifestyle content. So if any of those topics are of interest to you, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your ongoing support. So as you guys can tell by the title of today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my best and worst purchases of 2024. Now, it's very important for me to be very honest and transparent on this channel, and I have filmed a number of these videos since I've been creating content for YouTube, and weirdly enough, I actually enjoy sharing my best and worst purchases with you guys. But going back to my point about being honest and transparent, at the end of the day, we're all human, and as much as I encourage you guys to tap into your style and ensure that it is personal for you, there are times, there are days, there are occasions, there are events where we go a little bit wrong. So with that being said, I think it's very important for me to share with you guys some of the purchases that I regret, and equally the purchases that I absolutely love. So without further delay, let's get straight into the video and let me share with you guys my best and worst purchases of 2024. Okay, now typically when I do create these types of videos, I usually just throw everything into the mix. So it's a blend of a best purchase, a worst purchase, a best purchase. There's no particular order, but this time around, I want to share my best purchases first. Let's try and keep the video a little bit more positive before we get into the worst purchases. And in no particular order, one of my best purchases of 2024 are these Alexandra Wang heels. These are the Alexandra Wang Julie heels, and I absolutely love them. First and foremost, let's get into the obvious. They are black. You can't go wrong with black. And secondly, but most importantly, they are extremely comfortable. I have talked about this every single time I have mentioned these shoes, and I cannot emphasize enough the level of comfort that comes with these gorgeous heels. You've got the cushions in the pressure points, so they are situated in the right places to ensure that when you are wearing them, you are guaranteed comfort, okay? And the great thing that I love about these heels is that they tend to go on sale during the spring summer sales at the end of the season, and autumn winter at the end of the season as well. Now, I had my eye on these for a very, very long time. Whenever I would pop into the Net-a-Porter store online, I would always place the grey ones in my basket. They would go on sale, they would sell out, it will be out of stock, they will come back in stock full price. I just didn't ever get round to buying them until earlier on this year, when one of my gorgeous girls, who I call my sister in shoes, Raquel, messaged me and prompted me that the Alexandra Wang Julie heels were on sale. I did not plan on getting the black ones, but obviously I couldn't find the grey ones, so I just assumed that they were discontinued, and I ended up purchasing one pair, and these were the second pair, and I'm going to get into the first pair later on in the video. The reason why I got these is because, like I said, you can't go wrong with black, and it's got the minimal Alexandra Wang detail at the front, and obviously when you take the shoe off, it says Alexandra Wang in there. I have worn these down to the ground, and surprisingly, they are still in very, very good condition. I wore them a lot of the time when I was in Atlanta, and whenever I wore them, I felt 100% comfortable. I did not have to consider putting a pair of flats in my bag or carrying it with me in case I felt any sort of discomfort. And when I did purchase them, I do not gatekeep. That's a fact. First and foremost, I do not gatekeep. I share everything and anything with the girlies, but these shoes, I raved on about it day in, day out. I believe I even created a highlight on my Instagram. I posted it day after day on my stories. I went on the hunt looking for every store that was selling these shoes at a discounted price. I shared links for all the colors that these shoes came in, because they are so comfortable. So for sure, these are definitely going in the best purchase of 2024 list or pile. And before I end of this segment, I got these in a UK size 7, which is a Euro 40. Typically, I think I'm now officially a 6. I can't really fit into much size 5 and 5.5s because my feet have expanded and they haven't gone back down. So I ended up sizing up with these. So if you do decide to purchase these, which I highly recommend, and you are a girly that comes with a little bit of wide feet, a bit of chubbiness, a bit of fluffiness around your feet, then definitely size up, because that will also contribute towards the level of comfort that you are guaranteed to get with these shoes. The next purchase definitely has to be this Zara blazer. Now obviously I'm sitting quite close up to the camera, so I will include a separate cutaway, but if you've been on this channel for a while, or even over the course of the last 3-4 months, then you will know the blazer that I'm talking about. Every spring, summer and autumn winter, Zara tend to bring out one staple piece that has the girls running and not walking to the stores and the online shop, right? And this autumn winter it was this blazer. Now for a while I have been on the hunt for the perfect blazer that accentuates my curves and shows a little bit more detail around the waist area. Now for a while I've had my eye on the Balenciaga one and the Sport Max one, but for the life of me I just couldn't bring myself and my coins to spend hundreds, in the case of the Balenciaga one, thousands of pounds on a blazer. The math just was not mathing in that department. And so I just left it, but every now and then I would go online, I would admire it, I would swipe through or scroll through Pinterest and admire it. I would see the girlies wearing it and I would absolutely admire it. Until Zara brought out this blazer. As soon as I saw it, I said, I have to have it. Luckily for me, I did not have to go on a huge hunt. I was able to find them in one store online, went to that store the same day, which is the Knightsbridge branch, and the blazer was in stock. Purchased it, jumped back on the train, came home and lived happily ever after. I have styled this blazer to the ground, very much like the previous products that I showed you guys. It is such a versatile piece, and I always encourage the guys and girlies to make sure that you have a variety of blazers in your collection, including your staple signature style. And for me, this blazer is definitely my staple signature style. I feel like it mimics the Balenciaga one way more than it mimics the Sport Max one. The Balenciaga one is very much so an hourglass blazer. It also comes in the form of a coat or a jacket as well. But because we're on the topic of the blazer, I'm going to compare it to that one. And what it does is it hugs your curves. So it hugs your chest area, and then it cinches you in around the waist. And whether you have hips or not, it gives you the illusion of having hips. And so the term hourglass is the perfect description for this blazer. The Sport Max one, on the other hand, is a very beautiful blazer. Equally love it down, and if anything, I was definitely going to buy the Sport Max one rather than the Balenciaga one, simply because the price goes down a lot more. It falls into the hundreds category, around £400 to £600, but again, for the life of me, I just couldn't buy a blazer for that price. But the Sport Max one gives that direct cinch and gives that more so triangular shape and feel, which is equally just as nice, but I wanted something that had more curves rather than sharp lines. And so Zara did their big one with this blazer. Now, typically when it comes to Zara clothes, I love it down. However, I always have issues with fitting my arms into my size. And so because of that, I always have to size up. With this blazer, I don't think I had to size up. I didn't. I got it in an extra large, and all my Zara blazers are in an extra large, so that was great. It does come with a little bit of stretch, just a tiny bit of stretch, and that stretch for me worked well in my favor. So I couldn't have sized up anyway because it didn't come in an extra large, and so it was a very, very lucky and fortunate purchase for me, and I love it down. I really do wish that Zara brought out another color as well, maybe a brown, because brown was or is still a very popular color or tone for this autumn, winter, fall season. And I think this blazer would have looked really nice in a dark, deep, rich tone brown shade. The guys and girlies were embracing brown during this fashion season, and so it would have been the perfect blazer. Equally, I think maybe another neutral color, such as like maybe a gray, a dark toned gray, or maybe like a checked gray, would have looked nice as well, and would have definitely mimicked the Balenciaga one a lot more. So yeah, that's it. The Zara blazer, absolutely love it. Great purchase, very easy, versatile piece. It's black, it's perfect. I can style it up, style it down, and it is definitely one of the best purchases of 2024. Next up, I have my Coach Joni bag. Now, earlier on in the year, I unboxed this bag for you guys on this channel. I will link it down in the description box below in case you haven't seen it. But I absolutely love this bag. Again, in terms of cost per wear, I've definitely exceeded that because I've grabbed it so many times, especially when I'm going out for like a brunch date or in the evening. It is such a cute additional piece to add to your entire look. Now, a couple years ago, I really wanted the Fendi Graphy. If you're not familiar with that bag, I will pop a picture of it on screen so that you know what it looks like and so that you can do the easy comparison. They look exactly the same. The only difference is they are from two completely different brands. And the reason why I did not purchase the Fendi Graphy is because I looked at the price and I looked at the size and it just did not make sense to me. I thought to myself, why am I going to spend almost £1,000, £950 at the time? I'm sure it's definitely gone up by now because it's been a while since I first set my eyes on that bag and wanted that bag. But why am I going to spend almost £1,000 on a bag that cannot fit all my contents in there? Again, if you are a regular on this channel, in my videos where I've talked about bags, I've always gone into detail about the micro and mini and nano size bags that have been trending for a while. But if you are quite fashion forward or just basically following the trends and the updates in fashion, then you will know that as much as micro mini bags are still trending, they're not really that big now. And so I always encourage people not to spend an arm and a leg on all these tiny bags. What you will notice that people are doing now is they're using their micro, mini / nano size bags as charms for their bigger bags, because big bags have come back to the forefront of fashion. And so for me, it just didn't make sense to spend that much money on a bag that cannot fit my phone. I am a Pro Max type of girl. When it comes to iPhone, I always opt for the Pro Max. I want the biggest size possible. And the bag just didn't fit my phone. It didn't fit my tripod. I'm a content girly. I like to create content when I'm out. I can't fit my tripod in there. The most I can fit in there is a card holder, 2 little lip glosses, my keys, if I carry coins, which I typically don't, and a packet of gum, and that's about it. And to me, it just didn't make any sense. And so I left it. And then when I came across this bag months later, I said, I have to have this. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, you just gave us all the valid reasons as to why we shouldn't buy the Fendi Graphy, but you purchased the Coach Joni. The reason why I purchased the Coach Joni is because in terms of the price, it is a fraction of the Fendi Graphy. I can buy the Coach Joni 3 times versus the Fendi Graphy once. So one price of the Coach Joni goes into the Fendi Graphy 3 times. And another great thing, this bag goes on sale. As I'm currently filming this video, this bag is on sale. So if you really wanted to, you can get them in various colors and they go into the Fendi Graphy more than 3 times. So for me, it just made sense to invest in this brand rather than the Fendi brand. Equally, I don't like to call this bag a dupe of the Fendi Graphy because Coach is a well-known established brand. It's not a fast fashion brand. It is a luxury brand. And so for me, although Fendi is priced higher and is probably considered more of a luxury or upscale fashion house compared to Coach. I just feel like when it comes to the comparisons or the similarities of the Fendi Graphy and the Joni, we shouldn't call this a dupe. We should just call it what it is, which is the Coach Joni. Now, obviously, as you can see by the color, it is an off-white, almost nude color. It's a neutral piece. It's a versatile piece because I can style it with so many pieces in my wardrobe. It comes with the gold hardware, which I obviously prefer over silver. And it also comes with a strap as well. I'll just take that out quickly and show you guys. But it comes with a strap as well, so if you want to wear it as a crossbody or over your shoulder, you can attach the straps onto the left and right side of the hooks and have that versatility in terms of how you style it or how you carry it. But I would definitely encourage the girlies to purchase this bag. It's a really nice bag. It's cute. It's perfect for those easy breezy events or dates or occasions that you just want to carry something small, something cute, something demure, as the guy, are people even still saying that? As the guys and girlies are saying, but you don't want to spend too much money. And if you are watching this video quite early whilst the sales are on, I definitely encourage you to look into the color that you want because most of them are on sale. So the third best purchase of 2024 is definitely the Coach Joni. I purchased this in Atlanta, by the way, in April, and I'm just so happy with the purchase. So happy with the purchase. So that's that. Next on the best purchase list is another pair of shoes, and it's the Ferragamos. I absolutely love these shoes. Very much like the Alexander Wang Julie Heels, I had my eye on these shoes for a long time. Initially, I wanted to get the blue suede ones because when it comes to suede, I feel like it's a more richer looking fabric. And when it's incorporated into a pair of shoes, I absolutely love it. Although it doesn't come with that much comfort, equally, I love it. So I had my eye on the blue ones, but after a while, I sort of left it alone. And I wasn't really looking at it or looking to purchase it or looking to see if they will go on sale until, once again, my gorgeous sister in shoes, Raquel, messaged me and prompted me that these shoes were reduced. She actually purchased these shoes. She went into the Ferragamo store. She tried them on. When she bought them, she sent me pictures, videos, and that was a great indication for me that I definitely needed these shoes. The reason why I was sort of reluctant to buy them as well is because whenever I would see these shoes, I would see them styled on women with slim feet and slim calves. And even though I am very confident, especially when it comes to shoes, as I'm growing, I'm becoming a little bit more selective when it comes to the type of shoes and the style of shoes that I like to buy. I feel like as I'm growing, as my body's changing, as my feet and my legs are changing, not every style of shoe necessarily fits me or suits me, should I say. And so for me, because I hadn't seen anyone that sort of looked like me in terms of my physique wearing these shoes, I was somewhat reluctant to purchase them until Raquel sent me pictures and videos, and we sort of have like the same or similar shape in terms of like our bottom half. Our legs, our calves are quite shaped the same. Our feet are shaped the same. And so I was like, if they look good on her, then yes, they will look good on me. Sometimes you need a little bit of inspo. Sometimes you need a little bit of direction. Sometimes you need a nudge, a little push. And that was exactly what I needed in the right direction. And so I ended up getting the silver ones. I managed to get these because I believe they retail for a little over £700. I've seen some of them even retailing for like £900 plus, but I was able to get these in the spring summer sale for £400, and it was an absolute steal. And there was no way on earth I was going to pass up that opportunity. It was more than 50% off, and so I had to get them. Now I believe I did size up. I got these in a IT 8.5. So I will pop that on screen because I'm not entirely sure what size that is in UK and US, so I'll pop that up on screen for you guys. But I definitely sized up in them and they're absolutely fine. Another thing as well, they are so comfortable. These shoes are so comfortable, very much like the Alexandra Wang heels. It also has a cushion. The cushion isn't specified in those pressure points like I mentioned in the Alexander Wang heels. So I will definitely say those are way more comfortable, and the cushions in the Alexander Wangs are way more thicker than the cushion in the Ferragamos. But nonetheless, it comes with that extra bit of comfort as well. So I will definitely say that these are the type of shoes that I can wear without having to change or without walking fun. Well, you never catch me walking funny unless I'm joking around. You never catch me walking funny, but they are definitely comfortable. But let's just talk about the detail, because that is what's giving this shoe main character energy. The heel is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Look at that. The Ferragamo logo is what's been used to create the heel of this shoe. And at the bottom, it's got this rubber, which is basically where you walk. So it's not scratching or, you know, tampering with the metal or the detail of the shoe. The reason why I love these shoes as well is because when I wear them, I don't have to do too much with my outfit. I'm very much a minimal girl at heart. I'm a simple girl. I don't really like loads of bold textures, prints, patterns. And so when I do find a shoe that resonates with my style, that I can blend seamlessly with a simple outfit, it's an absolute win-win for me. And that's exactly the vibe that this shoe gives. So I absolutely love these. I wore them first in Atlanta in October. I paired it with an all-white look that I happened to wear for my birthday 2 years ago, but I wore them with my silver Tom Fords, and then I paired it with the famous Zara clutch bag. So yeah, this is definitely one of my best purchases of 2024. So the next item that I want to show you guys is actually a beauty slash skincare product or products. And I am talking about the ever popular, ever famous Fenty Skin. Now, I picked up this trio in Atlanta and I had my eye on it prior to even going to Atlanta. I said to myself that I was going to purchase it whenever I had the opportunity. And I'm so glad that I picked these babies up. Now, when it comes to Fenty as a brand, obviously we received Fenty Beauty first, and there was a huge hype around Fenty Beauty. There's still a hype around Fenty Beauty. But for me, when I tapped into the hype, I felt like I was forcing myself to like the products, and then the products that I purchased anyway. And over time, I realized that they don't really merge well with my skin and they don't really work well for me. And I'm more so talking about the face products, so the foundations. I tried a number of the foundations, the pressed powder, the blotting powder, and Fenty Beauty in that field just didn't work for me. Fenty Beauty, when it comes to lip products, absolutely amazing. Currently wearing Fenty on my lips right now. Been riding with Fenty lip glosses or the gloss bombs for forever and a day. And then when Fenty Skin was released, I said to myself, I'm going to give the brand the benefit of the doubt because I know their products are really good. And lo and behold, since I started spending my coin at Fenty Skin, I've never looked back. Now, if you've been following me or if you follow me on any social media platform, you will know that I am a bit annoying when it comes to the body butter. Every time I purchase the Fenty body butter, I have to share it on my stories because I have to remind the girlies, I have to let the girlies know, or I have to prompt the ones that have possibly missed my stories. that you need to run and not walk to pick up the Fenty body butter. It is the best moisturizer, the best thing since sliced bread. Honestly, I love that moisturizer down, and since I've been using it, I have never ever looked back. And as you know, if you are a consumer of Fenty Beauty or Fenty Skin or Fenty Hair, just the Fenty brand overall, you will know that occasionally when it comes to certain seasons of the year, they tend to bring out a special product. And for autumn winter, it was this Fenty trio. Now, the one at the top is the original butter drop, and then this one is the toasted marshmallow. The last one, which I refuse to use because I just don't want it to finish, I'm holding on to it with dear life, is the salted caramel. And when I went to Sephora in Atlanta, I initially wanted to try this one. I tried the tester and I said, oh my goodness, this is beyond amazing. The smell is sensational. It does exactly what it says on the container. And when I tell you this is salted caramel in a moisturizer, it is salted caramel in a moisturizer. Equally, the toasted marshmallow is also toasted marshmallow in a moisturizer. And the great thing about the trio is that it is a shimmering body cream. So if you are someone that likes a little bit of that glitter, a little bit of that glow on your skin, then the Fenty shimmer products are the best, and I would highly recommend you invest in them and give them a try. You will not be disappointed. These three absolutely love. Is the original one, so it doesn't come with a scent. It's the original Fenty butter drop, but obviously it's a shimmering one, and I have completely finished it. I still refuse to throw it away because I can see little bits in the corner and there's still some in the lid as well. So I'm going to use that until it is completely done. Equally, the toasted marshmallow is what I ran through first and it is completely done. But there's still a little bit in there and I'm going to find ways and means to scrape it all out. The only mistake I made was not buying 15 of these. And lastly, like I said, the salted caramel, which is the best one. I've only used a little bit of it, literally, so I've still got a full container. Oh my gosh, that smells amazing. If I was a little bit cuckoo, I might just lick this, honestly, because it smells so amazing and the scent lasts. And this is the best one for me, so I'm going to be using it in small moderation because I don't want this to finish. And so I encourage you guys to ensure that you invest and tap into the seasonal body butters or the seasonal products that Fenty bring out every now and then throughout the year, because I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. And if you haven't tried the original Fenty Skin body butter, make sure you try it because it's really good. Really good, guys. And then to close off my best purchases of 2024, I want to share with you guys the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. Now, I am late to the Elemis party or the Elemis team because I'm someone that when I find something that works for me, something that I like, I tend to just stick to that and I don't necessarily go out of the box or, you know, outside of my lane to try anything else. And so for a very long time, I have been using the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, and it has worked wonders for me. It's a great product. I highly recommend it. But what I noticed was that over time, it started to give this weird after effect. So when I would use it to remove my makeup, it would sort of leave this weird texture and this weird look on my face. My face would look grey, basically. That's the best way to sum it up. My face would look like I've used a foundation that is 26 shades lighter than my skin. And also it would leave this weird sort of like oil and water texture on my face that made it very hard for me to remove or the product off my face. This cleansing balm is absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not going to do comparisons and talk down on the Clinique one, but I really want to highlight the distinct difference between this one and the Clinique one. Now, first and foremost, the fragrance in this I absolutely love. It's sort of like a chemically yet citrusy scent or fragrance that I really like. Not everyone's gonna like this, I'll be honest with you, but for me, I really like the scent. I do. Equally, the texture, I would say, is a texture that I actually prefer to the Clinique one. It's more smooth, it's easier to apply, and it glides on my face very well. Now, I use 2 full coverage foundations. The reason why I use 2 full coverage foundations is because I'm yet to find the perfect foundation shade for my face that blends well with my neck and my chest without me having to apply makeup in those areas. And so when I use these 2 full coverage foundations, I feel like it got to a time when the Clinique one just couldn't easily remove the foundation off my face. After using this on my face, I don't even have to use soap or anything else or wipes to remove any residue. This gets rid of everything. And so from the moment I used this, I said this is an absolute game changer. So I will definitely put this in my best purchases of 2024 list. Now that we're done with the best purchases, let's get into the worst purchases. And I'm going to start off with a pair of shoes. And they are the Alexander Wang Julie Heels in the denim. Now, hear me out. You're probably thinking, girl, you just showed us the black ones and you said they were one of your best purchases of 2024. I'm not going to get into too much detail because I went into a lot of detail in regards to why the black ones were a great purchase. The only reason why this falls in the worst purchase list is because they're denim. That's it. That's all. They're denim. And it was a quick impulse purchase. I was too excited. I wasn't looking at anything except the fact that I had had this style of shoe from this brand on my wish list for a long time, and it was being sold at a reduced price. Talked about incorporating denim into your wardrobe, your capsule wardrobe, on this platform a number of times, and I still stand by that statement because denim is an essential piece that you need in your wardrobe. But for me, I am the type of person that needs maybe one denim jacket and a couple of denim trousers or bottoms. That's it. A pair of mum jeans, a pair of boyfriend jeans, flare jeans, skinny fit jeans, all of them being high-waisted, and that's all I need, literally. I don't know who sent me, and I don't know where I was going by purchasing a pair of denim heels. Overall, I don't know where I was going with these shoes. I even planned on putting them in my suitcase when it was time for me to go to Atlanta. It was going to be the first product thrown into, or first item or piece thrown into my suitcase. But they didn't even make it past the shelf. And since I got them, they haven't moved since. And so I don't know where I was going with these. And I remember when I shared them on my stories, my gorgeous sister, my fashion mentor, Style Check by D, messaged me and she said, these shoes are not really you. This is not your style. And after that, she was like, oh, what do you think? And I was like, I've got a lot of looks planned with it. You know, I plan on wearing it with like a full denim look. I explained myself and everything to her. And she was like, okay, let's see, because, you know, you never know what you could do with it. But I just don't think it's your style. And so before filming this video, I even messaged her and I sent her a picture and I said, this is one of my worst purchases of 2024. And she was like, I knew it. I just wanted to give you time. And she was absolutely right. Absolutely right. Don't get me wrong. They are a gorgeous pair of shoes. They're really nice. It's perfect for that denim girly, that girl that's a little bit more eclectic, bold, bright with her style, likes, patterns, trends, different fabrics, because it's obviously the denim fabric. But for me, I'm really not that girly, and so it just happens to be in the worst purchase of 2024 pile. Next, I have another pair of shoes, and this is so crazy because usually I don't regret buying shoes. I'm very, very wise with my purchases when it comes to shoes, and I make sure that they are cohesive with my wardrobe. But we've got another pair of shoes in the worst purchases lineup, and they are these leopard print heels from Zara. Now, if I had to place this list on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst and 1 being not so bad or the lowest, I would definitely say these will be ranked at maybe 2.5 or 3. And the reason why is because I didn't spend too much on these shoes. I believe they retailed for $34.99 or $35.99, definitely below £40. And so for me, that's not bad at all. And in a way, I'm happy that I didn't spend so much on these shoes. And I talked about that in one of my previous videos. I said that if you are to tap into any of the trends that are currently, you know, on fire and everyone is sort of looking out for them, trying to incorporate them into their wardrobe, don't spend too much. Definitely purchase an inexpensive piece and purchase a small subtle piece. And for me, these shoes were definitely giving that subtle vibe because they are heeled sandals. It's not a leopard print boot, it's not leopard print sneakers, it's not a full shoe, so you don't really see much of the leopard print. Another thing as well, it will be easy for me to pass these shoes on by selling them in the pre-loved market because I haven't worn them outside at all. They are still in brand new condition. The reason why I don't like these shoes is because, number one, they're leopard print. I'm not a leopard print girly. I tried it. I didn't try it past my front door, but nonetheless, I tried it and I'm just not a leopard print girly. I've never been a leopard print girly, and so I don't know why I thought I would be able to force it and definitely experiment it and give it a try this year. Another thing as well is when it comes to heeled sandals, strappy heeled sandals, I am very, very selective. And as the days, months, weeks, years go by, I am becoming more and more particular about the type of strappy heels that I like to buy. And for me personally, these are just doing way too much. I'm going to pop one down and I'm going to hold one and I'm going to explain to you guys why this is just not me in a heeled sandal or a strappy sandal. Now, first and foremost, you've got these two thin straps going across the toes. Then you've got this thin strap that goes right up to the top of your foot. And then you've got this strap that goes right around your ankle. And then you've got 4 straps, 2 on either side. Left, is that the left? Yes, my left. And then right. It's too much. In total, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straps. Why? And I know they're thin. It would have been absolutely horrendous, in my humble opinion, if they were thick. But it's just too much for me. And I think about the type of open-toe, strappy shoe that I like. The Tom Ford padlock heels is the perfect style. It doesn't have to be Tom Ford. I don't want it to make it seem as if all I care about are high fashion labels. But in terms of one strap going across your toe, one strap going around your ankle, that is more than enough for me. The thinner the strap, the better. I know that that doesn't come with comfort, but I prefer the more minimal look as opposed to all of this that's going on. One good thing I will say about these shoes is, in terms of the leopard print shade, it's a darker shade, so that is a pro in my opinion. But besides that, everything else for me in terms of the style of the shoe is just not something that resonates with my style. I don't know why I purchased these. I wish I had realized sooner, because if I did, I would have just sent them straight back to Zara. So these will definitely be going up on the pre-loved market, and hopefully I'll be able to find a home for them, someone who will like them, and someone who will definitely wear them. But for me, it's just a no. Next up, I've got another pair of shoes. Today we're just going in on my shoes, and it's quite sad. It's a bittersweet moment because we're growing, but at the same time, this is not something that I'm used to. I look at my collection and I feel like a proud shoe mama. I do. But anyway, the next pair of shoes, which I wasn't entirely sure if I should include them in this video overall and which pile to put them in, but it definitely wouldn't have made it into the best purchase of 2024. And they are these heels by Fenty LA. Correct me if I'm pronouncing them wrong. I don't think I am, because the LA stands for Los Angeles. I've heard some people say Femila, and I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, I digress. The Fenty LA heels. These heels are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the look of these shoes. Can we get into the detail? Look how thin the strap is. So thin. I think the length is fine. It's a little around 4 inches or just above. But the reason why they are in the worst purchase is because they are so uncomfortable. And I talked about this in my first vlog when I was in Atlanta. I wore them. My intentions was to wear them with an old Topshop dress to the High Museum. And when we got to the museum, I was so uncomfortable. I had to take these shoes off and put my bare feet on the ground, as in outside ground, where so many people, things have come into contact with that pavement floor. I had to put my feet on the floor because I was beyond uncomfortable. My whole life flashed before my eyes at least 5 times. Every step I took in these shoes, my whole life would flash before my eyes. I was so uncomfortable, I broke into a sweat. Now, I'm not going to completely blame the shoes, because the mistake I made was I overly greased and moisturized my feet with the Aveeno body oil. And if you know anything about that oil, you will know that it is a very slippery oil. So a little goes a long way. I greased my feet with the Aveeno body oil, and then I slipped them into these shoes. And so my feet kept doing this. They kept sliding. They kept sliding to the front. So it wasn't the length that was bothering me. It wasn't the way in which I was walking. It was the level of discomfort that comes with the strap at the front and the fact that my feet were so oily. And so I had to go back to the apartment and change. There was no way I was going to survive in those shoes, especially as the event at the High Museum was not a place where you go to just sit down. You go, you buy drinks, you dance, you look around, you go upstairs to the 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor, you look around, you admire the art, you mingle, you network with people. There was no way I was going to be able to do all of that with these shoes on. Now, after wearing those for the first time, I said to myself, before I completely rule them out and sell them, I'm going to give it another try. And I happened to wear them to dinner. I wore it with an oldie but goodie Zara dress that I purchased, I believe last year, brown. I'm going to pop a picture on screen. And it looked really nice. In fact, in my opinion, it's my favorite look from all my looks that I wore when I was in Atlanta. And they were comfortable because I wore them to dinner. When you go to dinner, what do? You sit down. For the most part, you are sitting down. So I don't want to completely say that, oh, they were absolutely fine, they were comfortable, because for the most part, I was sitting down. And so I'm going to give them another try. I'm definitely going to give them another try. And if they fail me, greased feet or not, I am definitely going to sell them. But the reason why they are in the worst purchase pile is because not everyone can wear these shoes. I have to quote Rick Ross, "Spaghetti strap heels ain't for amateurs."
But you make it look glamorous. Your spaghetti strap heels not for amateurs.
They are really not for amateurs. I will give them another try. And if they don't work for me, then they have to go. But for now, they're going in the worst pile because of what they did to me. First impressions are very important. And what these shoes did to me that day was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Last item I want to show you guys in the worst purchase pile is this Alexander Wang top. Alexander Wang has really got the best of both worlds in this video, but unfortunately we got more points on the worst side than we did on the best side. And the reason why this falls into the worst purchase of, well, one of the worst purchases of 2024 pile is because, again, very much like the Denim Heels, this top is not me. It is not me at all. I bought it as an impulse purchase. I was excited. I wasn't looking at anything else except the massive reduction in price and the fact that I had placed myself in Delulu land and thought I could get so many wears out of this top. The top is nice, don't get me wrong, it's a nice top. I can definitely see myself getting the black one, but this color is just not me. It's not. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. I hope you find it insightful, and hopefully my worst purchases will help you to make wiser decisions moving forward as a consumer. Before I go, I really want to say thank you to all of you for your ongoing support throughout this year on this platform. Things have been up and down in terms of my content on YouTube. There's been times where I've considered completely ruling out uploading or sharing vlogs, and there's been times where I've said to myself, I don't want to upload anything fashion based and I'm just going to keep posting vlogs back to back. So it's been challenging in that sense, just trying to find what really works for you guys as viewers and also what I feel comfortable filming as well. So I just want to say thank you for supporting me and for sticking with me or sticking by me throughout this entire year and watching my videos, commenting, giving it a thumbs up, sharing it, and just supporting in every way that you have. Comment down below, let me know if there's anything in this video or any of the items that I showed you guys that you would agree as a worst purchase or that you have, or if there's anything in your collection that you regret buying or equally that you are happy with, and let's just have a discussion in the comment section. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Wishing you guys the happiest days, weeks, months of 2025. Nothing but joy, prosperity, good health, good vibes, and great times. Make sure you come back because we've got exciting things coming up for the new year, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.